Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Janelle Norville. This edition's top stories. The Vieux Fort landfill to close as part of government's broader environmental management goals. 18 teachers are awarded scholarships in a fundamental step towards revolutionizing the education sector. The movers and shakers of Saint Lucia Carnival 2019 are shown due recognition. All that plus the latest in youth development and sports and the NTN Nouvelle of Creole. The government of Saint Lucia is pressing ahead with plans for making the island more resilient and sustainable in the face of climate change. Efforts also continue in reducing dependence on fossil fuels by 2030 and move toward renewable energy. However, a major challenge for the government is the management of solid waste and the resulting environmental impact. The Saint Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority, confronted with the vast volume of household and commercial waste produced here daily, has been contemplating the way forward given the pressures borne on the landfills. As part of the response strategy, the authority has announced the closure of the Vieux Fort landfill, which for years has posed an environmental hazard. More from Lisa Joseph.
The Vieux Fort landfill was commissioned in 1998, then upgraded in 2003. The industry-accepted lifespan of a landfill is a maximum of 20 years, which this facility has outlived. 23,000 tons of refuse is deposited here annually, and the facility serves as the main dumping ground for waste from Soufrière to Micoud. The Saint Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority now has to find a new site for the garbage emanating from the south. Justin Seeley is the general manager of the Saint Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority.
The Vieux Fort landfill was never really designed as a sanitary landfill like the Daiglou landfill, so it lacks a leachate pond, whereas the base of it is lined to prevent percolating into the ground. It wasn't done. It wasn't done at a manner to accommodate the volume of waste that is presently there. The landfill was stated that the landfill needed to be closed down some 5 years ago. And, well, like they say in Saint Lucia, things that are temporary becomes permanent, and it has gone on so far.
The height of the garbage site is a clear indication of years of disposal, burial, and resurfacing. With the added waste, this facility has grappled with serious and increasing environmental hazards over the years.
We have experienced about 3 fires in the last 5 years, one as recently as March 26th of this year. And one of those fires actually cost us in the range of about $200,000 to manage. Presently, it's a ticking time bomb. And there is a study done by the International Civil Aviation Organization which states that the landfill is a risk to the airport now. Imagine if we allow it to go on longer. The question really and truly is, if not now, then when?
No one wants a garbage disposal site in their backyard. This, coupled with the challenges in finding suitable land that poses the least environmental impact, is a dilemma the authority has been trying to solve for the past 2 years. Therefore, in the interim phase of the closure, all waste from the south of the island will have to be transported to the Daiglou landfill for a temporary period. This move is not expected to affect households, but there may be additional cost implications for the business community.
Maybe it's time that business houses come together and maybe negotiate prices to see if they could bring it down to something that they could afford. Before, they had direct contact with the haulers, and it was negotiated then, something that they could negotiate now.
The imminent closure of this site forms part of government's broader environmental management goals of a country free of landfills by 2030. Some of the other initiatives already being rolled out are bans on styrofoam products, restrictions on the use of plastics, and concessions for initiatives geared towards refuse disposal.
We're looking at alternate technology aimed at managing waste without the use of a landfill. We've been working at this from the start of the year, actually last year. And right now we're working out economics, technology, operations, contractual arrangements. There's so many moving parts to all of this that we've been working on all of these things. So we hopefully by the end of August, we will start off the community engagements and introduce what we're trying to do.
On average, 60 vehicles drive through here daily, and the operating cost is nearly $1 million annually. From the Government Information Service, Lisa Joseph reporting.
Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chastanet during the 2019-2020 budget address identified the education sector as one of the key areas in the development process for St. Lucia. The Honorable Chastanet indicated that the government would be embarking on a series of programs aimed at revolutionizing the education system. The Ministry of Education, Innovation, Gender Relations and Sustainable Development has taken a fundamental step in that direction with the awarding of scholarships under the EQUIP project for teaching training. 18 teachers will be taking up studies at the bachelor's and master's levels in a wide range of subject areas. Anicia Antoine reports.
The government of St. Lucia has partnered with the Caribbean Development Bank to fund a 4-year scholarship program for teachers under the Education Quality Improvement Project, EQUIP. The program is geared towards enhancing capacity to improve teacher quality, relevance of education, and instructional effectiveness across the education sector. Scholarship awardees will be trained in a variety of areas, including education for gifted learners, curriculum and instructions, school counseling and social work, art education, and music education. The Minister with responsibility for education, innovation, gender relations, and sustainable development, Honorable Dr. Gail Rigobert, stated that this initiative is the government's response to the existing and emerging needs in the education sector.
You will have observed, based on the areas highlighted, that we are catering for the multiple intelligences of our students. We are moving away from a very universal and one-size-fits-all curriculum to catering for our students who have various talents, who are gifted, who may have learning difficulties, and to ensure that indeed no child is left behind.
Pertra Jason, who will be attending the Micro University College in Jamaica, is amongst the 18 individuals who received scholarships.
Jan Promise and myself, we are going to complete our Masters in Social Work and Counseling, and we hope to come back and to implement what we've learned. It is an area which is much needed within the education sector, and we will be able to work alongside the Ministry of Education in terms of achieving the goals, overall goals of the ministry. So I am excited, like I said, I'm happy and proud, and again I say thanks on behalf of everyone for, extending this opportunity to all of us.
The first cohort of scholars will leave the island on August 22nd, 2019. From the Government Information Service, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chastanet has highlighted the importance of local government. Speaking at a recently concluded workshop, Honorable Chastanet expressed his support for the reintroduction of elections for local government representatives. The Prime Minister explained that local government is the backbone of the country, and with expanded roles, local government can play its part in areas such as infrastructural maintenance, education and sports. The Prime Minister also discussed how local government can re-engineer the home caregivers program.
We believe that we should decentralize elderly care and to make sure that in all of the constituencies that there are facilities that are both where elderly people can live as well as a daycare center. So if I'm living in my constituency and both my wife and I are working and my younger kids are also working, I should have the ability of being able to drop off my mother or my father or both of them to a daycare center that I know that they're being taken care of, because if they need that level of supervision. Now, we're currently doing that through our caregiver program, and we're specifically targeting households that cannot afford to do it themselves. But imagine how much more resourceful it would be as if we had proper daycare centers in which we can have the caregivers taking care of more than one person, as to how many more people that we really can take care of.
This is NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next.
In an effort to reduce congestion within the nation's capital, the Castries Constituency Council will be implementing short-term paid parking in a phased approach. 10 terminals will be installed on the following streets: Bridge, Brogley, Urban, Jean-Baptiste, Micoud, Labrie, Pinier, High Street, and in the William Peter Boulevard. Short-term paid parking will run from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday. To find out more, log on to the Castries Constituency Council's Facebook page. $3 an hour could save you $500 in parking tickets. Short-term paid parking, coming soon.
Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
Thanks, Janelle. Welcome once again to your segment from the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. I'm Ryan O'Brien. Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chastanet described as timely last weekend's visit of the President of the Federation of International Football Associations FIFA, Giovanni Infantino. The FIFA President spent a few hours on island Saturday, a day when Saint Lucia recorded success in CONCACAF football, with the under-15 boys winning the Division II championship, beating Puerto Rico 3-1 in the finals, and Saint Lucia's under-14 girls securing second place in their outing. The Prime Minister's comments came during an interview with the NTN Nightly at the FIFA project site at Granivier, Dennery.
We went to show the president of FIFA the new sports academy we're doing in Grosley, where we're going to have over 40 kids who are going to be residing at the school, and we have another 80 kids who now have signed up who are going to be day students to be part of this sports academy. And the first team that's going happens to be the under-15 boys football team, and then eventually to get the girls in as well. And so coming also now to this FIFA facility here, and then being able to show what we're doing in Soufriere, what we're going to be doing in the two Micous in Dennery, and our plans for the rest of the country when it comes to football, was just really an exciting time to have both he here and Victor, who is the president of CONCACAF.
While here, the FIFA president visited a number of facilities in which FIFA has invested for the continued development of the sport of football. School sports coordinator and co-manager of Saint Lucia's team to the recently concluded Windward Island Schools Games held in Dominica, Isabel Alexander Markey, says the dedication of the student athletes went a long way to ensure Saint Lucia came out as champions. She made the remarks during a recognition ceremony held for the team on their return home.
As much as they may have placed down there, they still put points on the board for Team Saint Lucia. And every single point contributed to us amassing those points at the end of the day. We won with 35 points, followed by Grenada with 31 points.
Mrs. Markey applauded the athletes for their determination to ensure that they participated in events that were not their specialty and at times exceeded all expectations of them while competing. And that's your update from Youth Development and Sports for today. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. The prize-giving ceremony for Saint Lucia Carnival was held recently at the Sandals Halcyon Resort under the umbrella of the Events Company of Saint Lucia. Awards were presented to a long list of deserving individuals and bands whose contributions to Saint Lucia Carnival 2019 did not go unnoticed. We have more in this report.
Over 50 people were awarded at the Saint Lucia Carnival prize-giving ceremony for contributing to the overall success of Saint Lucia Carnival 2019. Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dominic Fede, noted that the overall figures for tourist arrivals put this year's carnival as the best the island has ever recorded.
For the first time ever in our country, that the month of July, which is usually a slow month or a month that would record very low tourism arrivals, and traditionally would be considered a low season. But guess what? It did surpass arrival numbers in the month of March, which is traditionally the highest arrival month for St. Lucia's tourism. and I guess you all know why by now. You have done an exceptional job this year in that the numbers suggest that the tourist arrivals, July 2019, when compared to 2018, did record a 25% increase.
The awardees were selected from over a dozen categories, including Junior Mass, Junior Calypso, the National Panorama Competition, Intercommercial Competition, King and Queen of the Bands, Calypso Monarch, and Old Mass. Chairman of the Cultural Development Foundation, the CDF, Daniel Belizer, says recognizing and showing appreciation for the art form is pivotal to its growth.
It's very important that we recognize all of the artists, whether it be carnival bands, the Old Mass, Juve, the Calypsonians, the soca artists, whatever it is. We have to show appreciation for the art form and the amount of work that these people put into their craft. So having the ceremony that we're having tonight so close to the event shows how serious we are in celebrating our artists when they do well.
Executive Director of the CDF, Ramona Henry Wynn, added that in addition to increasing the prize money by 42% over the last few years, the board was able to provide additional seed money to stakeholders to help make Saint Lucia Carnival more competitive in the Caribbean market.
The carnival subvention was a thing that CDF did in the past, but because I guess of budgetary constraints, there was a rethinking of the whole subvention. But our chairman did work assiduously with our board, with the ECSL, to ensure that the stakeholders had some sort of seed money, so to speak, to be able to start the process going. So I think having done that, it's encouraged a lot of participation. So you found that you had a lot more King and Queen of the Band costumes coming out this year. You had a lot of bands on the road.
Kenisha Joseph of the T. Rocher Castries Combined School won 2 trophies that evening under the Junior Calypso category for singing a song entitled Social Media.
I feel very excited because, and my motivation was all about my father, because since he died, I felt like I had to make something out of it. So I thought that when I go and sing, he was walking on the stage with me. So now when he walked on the stage with me, I felt very excited, and I just had a great experience.
Officials from the events company of Saint Lucia were pleased overall with the turnout and positive feedback from the awardees, and have promised to work closely with stakeholders to find creative ways to make Saint Lucia Carnival 2020 even better. From the Government Information Service, Lisa Joseph reporting.
Stay with NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson is here with the NTN Nouvelle, a Creole.
Was that an earthquake? No. What do you do if there's an earthquake?
Drop, cover, and hold on.
What does that mean?
You drop to the ground, take cover underneath a sturdy table or desk, and hold on until the shaking stops.
What if there's no table or desk?
Stay away from the walls, windows, and doorways. Use your hands to cover your head and face, and crouch in a corner of the building.
But what if you're outside?
Go to an open space away from buildings, trees, street lights, and utility wires. Drop to your knees, protect your head with your arms, and wait for the shaking to stop.
Restez vigilant pour tout ça qui est au monde. Et préparez pour changer côté où il est si nécessaire. Pendant un tremblement, n'importe bagaille qui est capable de déplacer et tomber, cloison, la porte, fenêtre, meuble et appareil capable de poser danger. Changez, protégez tête ou n'importe bagaille qui est capable de déplacer. Pas panique. Consentez à trembler, accroupi, couvrez tête et espérez pour tout. C'est une commission par groupe management des as Vieux Fort et place management des as en Saint Lucia, et financé par l'Agence pour développement international Amérique, Bureau assistance des as l'autre pays.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle, a Creole.
Monsieur Janelle, Monsieur, Madame, département qui est responsabilité pour formation au gouvernement Saint Lucia, ça c'est GIS, ça c'est puis télévision nationale, puis NTN, après tout, nouvelle créole, présentant Primus Hutchinson. Export Saint Lucia, qu'assister les cultivateurs locaux pour improver à ce produit et pour aussi faire assurer de continuer pour trouver la place pour ces produits-là. En résultat de ça, Canal Farms, c'est une habitation agricole qui récemment recevait bénéfice initiative ça comme ils ont trouvé l'occasion pour exporter figues à Babad. Ça est devenu possible par conséquence de leur exhibition des producteurs Hot Babad. J'ai avec le directeur pour Canal Farms, Nicholas Faisal, c'est un cultivateur qui plus avancé, les venus pour vendre produits agricoles sortis cette ici pour notre pays. Selon Faisal, malgré qu'il a déjà fait business et puis Babad pour 7 années à présent, mais c'est maintenant qu'il a trouvé l'occasion pour exporter pour une pratique neuf. Ça est devenu possible par export Saint Lucia, côté ouvrier pour Babad, une palette figue, ça c'est 45 boîtes, 1000 coco sec et 3 boîtes bananes. Faisal n'y espoir qui, depuis cette Lucie, continue pour produire bonne qualité en dégueu ça là, et ces pratiques-là satisfait, et puis ces produits-là, chacun yon la place qui ni garantissement. Faisal aussi annoncé qui exporte Saint Lucia, qui a collaboré avec Canal Farms pour former une association les producteurs en effort pour s'appuyer l'avantage, mais l'occasion qui exporte Saint Lucia qui a procuré comme ça, conseiller, ça a fait possible pour ces producteurs à trouver ces ressources-là qui sont pas capables d'établir par Koyoyon pour voyager, exchange discussion, et puis l'autre individu dans les autres pays, régions, qui peut ni la théorie en produit local. Selon Faisal, ça qui a fait possible pour replacer position, mais qui a fait possible pour replacer position à de façon pour prendre l'avantage ça qui a existé présentement sur la place là. Et pour les cultivateurs trouver meilleure façon pour éprouver à ce produit agricole en pays. Alors, ça a fait possible pour acheter plus et aussi exporter plus. La tête à peu près 1400 palettes figues, 160 boîtes bananes et 1000 coco secs qui j'ai trouvé exportés pour Babad récemment. Plan pour rebâtir un différent bel terre ville Castries chaque après bonne vitesse. C'est géré pour projet de compétition des affaires touristiques régionales. Dr. Lauren Nicholas qui fait déclaration ça là projet c'est une initiative du ministère des Affaires touristiques à cette ici. Selon Dr. Nicholas, à bas projet ça là qui a fait principalement pour improver le business touristique à cette ici. Pour que j'ai fait spécifiquement à ce trois initiatives. Et ça c'est improvement à ce trottoir pour public la servi à ce 7 là oui à Ville-Castries pour lever le boulevard là pour une promenade et pour improver à ce devant établissement les places business et magasins Castries. Dr. Nicholas Dickey, durant mois mars, juin, juillet et août, je te tiens une consultation et puis même public avec les officiers gouvernement pour écouter l'opinion concernant les plans ou investissements en cette ouest au Léon Ville-Castries. Tout un objectif pour renforcer la compétition des affaires touristiques dans cette ici. La dernière consultation en Castries avec Vieux Fort récemment, ça c'était les 7 et 8 août, côté projet présenté pour les membres publics des changements qui ont été à vouloir vivre la ville l'année. Durant la consultation, ça la majorité des membres publics étaient d'accord pour le boulevard là établi comme une promenade afin pour la panier pièce l'auto qu'a navigué Begawi à pièce là. C'est l'auto établissement financier établi en là seulement qui a trouvé permission pour servir promenade nouveau ça là. C'est pas les Grecs projet qui boulevard là qui tourner un l'environnement pour mon point anti-pause passer temps et la famille pour acheter un petit déjeuner tout ça pour renforcer l'activité économique en Ville-Castries. C'est mon projet commandé pour le public là coopérer puis les travailler sur commencer à travailler sur le projet ça là. Le projet c'est une initiative de développement touristique qui peut durer pour 6 années et qui est trouvé financé par la Banque mondiale. Ministère des Affaires touristiques a fait bon progrès pour établir un outil pour mesurer des performances économiques en affaires touristiques à cette liste. L'outil ça qui a porté nom Tourism Satellite Account, TSA, qui a porté information à ce manière business touristique qui a marché en pays et qui a aidé pour implémenter WEG qui a gouverné affaires touristiques à cette liste. Le ministre qui a responsabilité pour affaires touristiques au niveau Dominique Perry explique que ces qualités bénéfices là qui ni pour payer cette liste. Il y a annoncé que il y a une taxe que le gouvernement a trouvé pour le secteur touristique, des gros profits qui a fait à secteur hôtel, des gros travail qui a existé à parmi l'autre. Enfin, ça a montré entièrement manière business touristique qui a marché en pays cette liste à quelle façon et qui a affecté l'économie locale. En manière il a fait contribution au développement économique généralement. Le ministre Fédé dit, selon le ministre touristique là, l'initiative là a aussi montré l'importance de l'activité économique à ce business touristique pays, particulièrement en production de produits et services que les étrangers commandés. Le ministre Fédé remarque que ça a concerné le secteur agricole là aussi. Le ministre Fédé dit que là a une présentation au cabinet et les consultations ont fini et qui a placé dans une meilleure position pour faire des grandes décisions pour établir meilleure règles en industrie touristique à cette-ci. C'est pour ça que nous avons votre nouvelle là. Je vous remercie autant pour regarder, pour avoir une invitation. Je n'ai plus moins considéré conserver la vie. Je n'ai pas besoin de l'autre. Nouvelle à après ça, je vais vivre pour cette channel.
Merci Appeal Primus. Here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise.
Fair to partly cloudy skies with a few brief showers at first. An increase in cloudiness with some scattered showers is expected on Wednesday. A tropical wave located over the central tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 17 miles per hour. This wave is expected to affect mainly the southern portion of the Lesser Antilles by Wednesday. Another tropical wave located over the eastern tropical Atlantic is moving westward at 17 miles per hour or 28 kilometers per hour. Tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the tropical Atlantic during the next 5 days. The tide for Castries Harbour was high at 3:23 p.m. and will be low again at 7:56 p.m. The tide for Vieux Fort Bay was high at 4:30 p.m. and will be low again at 9:23 p.m. The sea is light to moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet or 1.2 to 1.8 meters. The sun will rise Wednesday at 5:50 a.m.
That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the Saint Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I am Janelle Norville.